Once the detainees have been processed into the internment camp, the manual explains how they will be re-educated with particular focus on targeting political dissenters into expressing support for U.S. policy. The re-education process is the responsibility of the Psychological Operations Officer, also known as a traitor against America, I should add, whose job it is to design PSYOP products that are designed to pacify and acclimate detainees, or DCs, as they're called, to accept U.S. or IR facility authority regulations. That's UN, ladies and gentlemen. According to the document, that's a quote. The manual lists the following roles that are designed to the PSYOP team. Identifies malcontents, trained agitators, and political leaders within the facility. Oh, yeah. They're going to turn me over to the absolute just torturers, man. Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck. Problem is the coward torturers will sit back while troops are dying, bringing people into these pigs. Whew. Tell you what. This is so evil. Identifies malcontents, trained agitators, and political leaders within the facility who may try to organize resistance or create disturbances. Yeah, you don't want to try to escape out of the camp in America. Oh, my God. Develops and executes indoctrination programs to reduce or remove antagonistic attitudes. Identifies political activists. Provides loudspeaker support such as administrative announcements of facility, instructions when necessary. I'm going to come back with the rest of it. I'm reading directly from the document.
Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government. Do you still think that jet fuel brought down the World Trade Center?
See, the evil people that have hijacked our government have to sell us that torture's good, and sell us that checkpoints are good, and sell us that the TSA is good, and sell us that tyranny's good, and sell us that all these wars are good. And I heard a caller yesterday to a friend of mine, Jeff Ward's show here locally in Austin on 590 AM, one of our local affiliates. And they were talking about Afghanistan 10 plus years later, will it ever end? I heard a good old boy call in, the ignorant type. And he was associating, and I'm going to get to the concentration camp news, the biggest breaking news ever. He was associating his power with the system. And he said, these people just keep killing each other? So we go in there and we say, you quit killing each other, or we're going to kill all of you. We'll just kill everybody in the country. And let me tell you, that's what I hear from a lot of people. And it's this, we'll just parking lot them. Most of these guys have never been there, don't know the history. They don't know that it's basically medieval over there. Those people aren't attacking us unless you attack them. It's a blood vendetta, just like people were in America until 50 years ago. You kill my brother, I kill you. That was the old rule. So we're these castrated men that but act tough all day and go, just parking lot all the Arabs. Really, the global banks hate you even more than those Arabs because they know you could revert back to being a caveman at any time, which is what they fear. They want the little metrosexual males running around, you know, being bossed around by their wives or girlfriends. That's the end of the, that's what they want. You understand that? That's what all this is about. And I heard a caller calling. It was so incredibly eloquent, but he was also passionate. And he was like, I can't believe this is America. I can't believe George Washington froze his butt off at Valley Forge and crossed the Delaware and Trenton, New Jersey, and went through all those battles over 7 years so that we could talk about just genociding whole groups of people. And he went on to say even Hitler, when he went into a country, didn't genocide everybody and said you can keep your culture. This guy's like, you'll take our culture, you're dead. What is our culture? A plastic, globalist, fake facsimile, garbage-filled system. And the caller went on to say, that's what the government does. They say, we're going to give you shots and we'll take your kids. And you're going to not spank your kids. And we're going to do what we say, or we're going to send SWAT teams. It's a bunch of global social engineers that telling us what we're going to do. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. All right, again, this is the biggest news I've ever covered because it confirms everything we already knew. I already know this, but the fact that this is on the major GovTrack sites and the fact that we separately have the bids the bid process for all of this that government people have called up. I've had government employees, high level, mid-level, call up, say their names, be guest on the show, and have the courage to come on and say, all right, let's walk through this on air, going through these government purchase sites and these government bid sites. You see this, you see that. That's for the barbed wire. That's for the checkpoints. That's for the internment specialist. That's for the... Well, now we have the manual. This is public. This is confirmed. We now have the manual. Ladies and gentlemen, for how they're going to break the people up, how they're going to control them, and how they're going to run psyops on them. And we have the clergy response team stuff where they're going to have the preachers inducting people into these sprawling camps during the collapse. See, they'll also sell it that you need to be in it because of relocation, but then there's going to be prisoners who are troublemakers, see. There's going to be camps within camps, just like at Abu Ghraib or just like at Camp X-Ray. And they've got the whole charts of how they do it. Now, this was secret. This got leaked. But this is now on the official government sites. They're confirming it's real and, of course, doing an investigation so they can arrest whoever leaked it. Well, there's going to be more leaking. The globalists go full bore with all this. There's going to end up being a major shooting war in this country, and it's not going to be documents that are going to be leaking. It's going to be brains and guts and blood. And by the way, I've seen enough in life to know I'm not looking forward to that. I tell you, this is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. They plan to march the U.S. military and the police right into the American people. And in a way, that's why they're teaching all the police, you will face veterans, you will have improvised explosive devices against you. When they're taking people's kids and taking people's guns and everything's collapsing, the feds will stage a few bombings to up front to demonize the veterans, but they'll be real attacks, actually. They're planning a total civil war where people are forced, well, I can't go to the camp, you're not going to take my kids, and then these vets are going to go wait for people on the highway. They're going to wait for the cops and the military, and it's on. And again, the globalists plan to destroy our military with this. They soft kill you with the vaccines and the rest of it. They plan on you being defeated by the American people, and that's public. They admit they're going to use troops from 15 nations during civil emergencies to deal with insurrection and terrorists, NLEO9, FEMA.gov. Type in NLEO9, FEMA.gov. You'll read it. I mean, this is so hardcore. The master plan to use us against each other to kill each other. And what do you do when they're coming to take you to some stinking camp and take your little children from you? The police don't need to be told this. You understand you're going to face millions of people. You understand you're going to be absolutely stomped into the ground. You understand that, don't you? And that's not talk. That's a real analysis. But that's the plan. We cannot allow this to take place. Heaven help us. This is going to be so horrible. And again, think of all the things you didn't think would actually happen that have now happened. Think about what we've turned into. We've got to repent and ask God to heal this country. And we've got to have the police and military speak out. Heaven help us. And here's what's going to happen. Most of the military is awake. 70+% gave their donations to Ron Paul. A lot of the police are waking up right now. But the problem is, once we start killing each other, and they'll prime it, just like with the Shiites and the Sunnis, where they would blow up mosques and stuff, the CIA and others, to get everybody fighting with each other. MI6 got caught doing it. Israelis got caught, London Guardian. Once they get us killing each other, it'll just start up on its own. Listen, we've got to be smart enough to not do this. That's why they've infiltrated militias. That's why they're always trying to get them to attack the military and police preemptively to start this war. That's why when my guys pulled up in Pittsburgh to talk to the military, they called the police on them and said they were terrorists just for saying, hey, you're violating Posse Comitatus. The military was seeing us as enemies. But if you show the military the hat trick, if you show them how they've been manipulated, it's so simple. They go, oh yeah, I get that now. And then you show them all these documents and how this was all premeditated and how when they're out of the military, they're now the #1 enemy. Oh, that really, oh yeah. They know you're going to get out of the military and understand how you were fooled. When you're 18, 20 years old, you're not. That's why you're the enemy. Let's continue. That is the enemy of the globalist. Leaked U.S. Army document outlines plan for re-education camps in America. Political activists would be pacified to sympathize with the government or to be given Stockholm Syndrome is what it is. A leaked U.S. Army document prepared for the Department of Defense contains shocking plans for political activists. See, this confirms the camps, which were confirmed, but they said, oh, for emergencies. It confirms they're political. To be pacified by psychological warfare officers into developing an appreciation of U.S. policies. That means banker policies. While detained in prison camps inside the United States. What did I play just yesterday, or 2 days ago? Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience. I shot that video, you're saying. And then I show video in Police 8000 where they admit it's for citizens in America in gun confiscation. The manual, the document titled FM 3-39.40, linked at Infowars.com, Internment and Resettlement Operations PDF, was originally released on a restricted basis to DOD. Yeah, they can't even let regular military get this. In February of 2010, but has now been made public. Yeah, leaked. The manual outlines policies for processing detainees into internment camps, both globally and inside the United States. International agencies like the UN and Red Cross, see the headline could even be UN to run FEMA camps, are named as partners in addition to domestic federal agencies including the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA. Ooh, man. Rural Council, all of it. Heaven help us. The department makes it clear that the policies apply within U.S. territory and involve DOD support, I'm quoting, to U.S. civilian authorities for domestic emergencies and for designated law enforcement and other activities, including man-made disasters, accidents, terrorist attacks, and incidents in the U.S. and in territories. Aside from enemy combatant and other classification detainees, the manual includes the detention of civilian internees. Every time in Austin and everywhere else, they set up aircraft hangars or bus terminals and put barbed wire in them and put you inside. And then run buses to make you sick. Oh, man, it's bad. In other words, citizens who are detained for security reasons, for protection, or because he or she committed an offense against the detaining power. You hear that quote? You're detained, permanently detained. Once the detainees have been processed into the internment camp, the manual explains how they will be re-educated. You heard me right. It says re-educated. And what has Obama said? They say when they say in the manuals under the FEMA Corps, when your parents are arrested, you're sent to a youth camp where they put peer pressure on you, and they're even able to break most people's children and have them turn against their family. And Rahm Emanuel told C-SPAN how they were going to do that, how you'll be sent to these camps. Let me tell you, you're not putting your filthy hands on my kids, you scumbags. You understand that? Let me tell you, folks, this stuff all goes down. We have got total criminals in control who are taking an absolute blueprint of evil against us. It goes on. Once the detainees have been processed into the internment camp, the manual explains how they will be re-educated with particular focus on targeting political dissenters into expressing support for U.S. policy. The re-education process is the responsibility of the Psychological Operations Officer, also known as a traitor against America, I should add, whose job it is to design PSYOP products that are designed to pacify and acclimate detainees, or DCs, as they're called, to accept U.S. or IR facility authority regulations. That's UN, ladies and gentlemen. According to the document, that's a quote. The manual lists the following roles that are designed to the PSYOP team. Identifies malcontents, trained agitators, and political leaders within the facility. Oh, yeah. They're going to turn me over to the absolute just torturers, man. Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck. Problem is the coward torturers will sit back while troops are dying, bringing people into these pigs. Whew. Tell you what. This is so evil. Identifies malcontents, trained agitators, and political leaders within the facility who may try to organize resistance or create disturbances. Yeah, you don't want to try to escape out of the camp in America. Oh, my God.